Hello, my name is Wally Sanchez. I'm going to be presenting on time management skills that we can use to help reduce our overall stress. So why time management as a focus to reduce stress? Well, reason is people struggle with it. As college students, this is something that we deal with all the time. We're trying to balance schoolwork, work, time with family, time with friends, and any other extracurricular activities, and trying to be good at everything that we do. On top of that, time management can really make or break a situation. I can't tell you how many times I almost failed on a test or a quiz because I didn't manage my time well. And lastly, the good news is that time management can be taught. It's a skill like any other. It can be learned. It can be improved upon. So I hope that through this presentation I'll be able to show you the basics and you can really make it your own. Okay, so the basics of time management. There are 2 points I'm going to go over in this presentation. Let's start with the first one. The first one is that we must lay out all of our events for the week on some sort of calendar. For this presentation, I'll be using Google Calendar, but you can use any app that you have, anything that you use consistently and it's readily accessible. Google Calendar is very helpful because it's connected to your email, so you can use it anywhere you have internet. Now, when we're thinking about all the events, we really need to cover everything. And what I mean everything is everything that has a set time period. So your work, your schoolwork, things like that. Now, we're only doing it weekly, so it shouldn't be too difficult. The next thing we're going to talk about is I'm actually going to show you what it looks like, Google Calendar, how to use it, and we're going to put up a sample schedule to work off of. Okay, so here's my Google Calendar up, and let me just kind of show you how to navigate this. You have up here done by the week, and you have it hourly. I really recommend an hourly schedule because it allows you to see your time blocks, and here's the entire month broken down. So I'm going to go ahead and input one of my events for the week, and I'll do the rest on my own. But I just want to show you how to do it. So go ahead and click. Mine's on Monday at 8:30. You can enter it here, but I want to go more specific, so we'll go to Edit Event. I have Sim 101. It's going to be from 8:30 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. It's a repeat, which is a very nice function, by the way, Monday and Wednesday. Go ahead and make the color red, and I will save. So if you can see here, Google Calendar automatically puts it on there for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest, and I'll catch you when I'm done. Alright, so here is the week fully fleshed out. If you notice, I have my classes, Sim, kinesiology, nutrition, biology. I also have my work, albeit I work just a little bit, and I have my extracurriculars. Now if you notice, I also have in yellow here, bus travel to and from school. Now this is important because since I'm not actually driving the bus, I actually have an hour both ways to spend. Now this will be important in a little bit, and I'll get to that. Also notice that in some of these schedules, you notice that I put a specific assignment or specific events happening. Although biology happens every Tuesday and Thursday, on Thursday there's a quiz, or here's the big one, on Tuesday I have my lab practical. And on Wednesday in nutrition, I have 2 homework assignments done. So once you have everything labeled, and specifically the events that are going to happen that week, you can go ahead and transition to the second step of time management, which is to set goals and priorities. So I had said that the second point is to set goals and priorities. Okay, so we have everything put that's set. Okay, that we know is going to be for the week. But we need to now kind of consider set time things and non-set things. So for example, I talked about specifically having tests and quizzes, and so I labeled those for that specific week. Also, we can think of things that maybe aren't necessarily set for time, but need to be done. Laundering, paying bills, study time, exercise. You could do a plethora of things here. But think about things that you don't necessarily regimen into a particular time, but it must get done. So I'm going to go ahead and add some things to my calendar, and I'll show you how we now, because everything's right there on the calendar, how we decide where and when things go. Alright, so we have a full schedule here now, and you can notice a lot more going on. So I'm going to break it down for you guys. So when it comes to my study time, I always study the day before I have the class. So I don't study all my courses every day. I just do the classes that I will have the day after. So for example, I have sim nutrition, so you see some time in the evening on Sunday, sim and nutrition, just an hour each. There's nothing really going on, just trying to keep on top of it. But if you notice, I have some bio lab things, study sessions going on. My practical's Tuesday. What am I doing? Well, this is an extremely important test. We're covering a lot of content, and it can make or break my my grade. So I went ahead and put a lot of time for this, not only on Sunday, but if you look on Monday, I have little bits and pieces here and there for lab. Also, remember I said the bus travel time? It's an hour, so I'm studying lab. Okay. So now that we're on Monday, I have on Tuesday the bio lecture, Kin 250, all these other classes. So I have study time for those the day before. But you see I'm still cramming bio lab. Now let's talk about things that aren't specifically attached to school, and they're just things I have to do. So for example, I like to try to exercise twice a week, and you'll see here in the gray, I have one time on Thursday at the end of my school day, and then on Saturday morning. On Friday, I usually hang out with a buddy of mine in the morning, so I have that time allocated, and I also need to do laundry, so I just kind of put it there. But this is kind of the beginnings of taking advantage or taking control of your time. Alright guys, so we went through the 2 steps. It wasn't too bad, was it? Okay, maybe it was a little complicated, but just keep calm, okay? Just understand that it only takes a little bit to get started here. I mean, just writing these things down is moving in the right direction. That alone will help you kind of rationalize and figure on from there. There are going to be hiccups. You're not going to, it's one thing to put it on the calendar. It's another thing to actually live it. And life isn't always perfect. The class goes long. You don't study as well in that hour for one class. You need some more time. Your family comes in surprising. You want to hang out with your friends. But the cool thing is that you can change it. Just show the changes. Okay? I usually like to, after a week's time, look back, see what I did right, what I did wrong, and what I can improve for the next week. And eventually it'll become second nature for you. Now work with yourself, not against yourself. So if you have one of those nice Android smartphones, then use the Google Calendar. Download the app on your phone. You can set notices every 10 minutes before a certain event. You can modify it on your phone. Use something that you're actually going to have with you. For example, writing it on paper and pen and then leaving it at home isn't going to help you. So definitely plan accordingly. If you're not an early person, just because you're writing a schedule isn't going to make you an early person. Use the time like you would normally use it when you can most effectively use it. And in the end, this is the steps or the baby steps to get to the part of taking control of your life. And I really hope that this benefits you and that you move on from this. There are plenty of articles and videos on time management done by people who are 20 bajillion times greater than I am. But I hope this is a nice introduction for you to begin to take the steps in the right direction. It was a pleasure. Bye-bye.